This Charlie Kirk thing kind of put the nail in the coffin of me being a Democrat. I was slowly moving away from it anyway because I was noticing certain things, but I'm not a Democrat. And I'm not a Republican either, but I'm not a Democrat. And I just noticed, like, certain things, like the way that the conversation would be shut down by calling somebody a name or calling somebody a bigot. It's like, okay, and why am I a bigot just because I disagree with you? Like, I can disagree with you and still not want anything bad for you.
Analysis showing Democrats are losing millions of registered voters across our country.
I'm absolutely devastated by the death of Charlie Kirk, and if you're celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, you need to burn in hell. This isn't just a death. This was an assassination. This was an assassination from someone on the left. Not long after the Catholic school shooter. What is going on with the left right now? How could I vote that way?
Guys, we got to talk about this great phenomenon that's going on right now after the tragic murder of Charlie Kirk, God-fearing and God-serving family man, father of two. This has been an absolute tragedy, and it's hard to even make videos and talk about this, but in times like now, you got to be strong and you got to push through. So here I am, and the left have been melting down and having the happiest time in their life. I've never seen people so happy before, and the phenomena that's occurring is a lot of people are leaving the Democrat Party. They did not sign up for this. This was the last straw. They didn't like the open border. They didn't like the crumbling economy. I mean, who did? They didn't like being lied to and gaslit about certain things, but I guess they thought Trump was so bad that maybe it was okay to have a little bit of gaslighting. You know, I'm sure they noticed a thing or two here and there, but celebrating the death of your political opponent just for speaking into a microphone was too much even for them. Exhibit A, it didn't end with just celebrating. They're trying to kill libs of TikTok. They're trying to take out Matt Walsh. I mean, this is just a few comments compiled. And guys, previously I said there were hundreds. There are thousands, probably tens of thousands. I've seen thousands personally. Without trying to look, there's got to be tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of deranged leftist extremists. And what these people don't realize, before I get into the demonstration showing you all these God-blessed people who are stepping away from the Democrat Party, is that this is the same thing that people did in other parts of the world when the 9/11 terror attack occurred. You know what they did? They celebrated. They danced in the streets. Those same people over in Gaza, who everybody free Palestine, those same people, they celebrated when planes full of innocent people flew into the tower. You know why? Because to them, America and Americans were the extremists. Americans were the root of all evil. Capitalism was evil, and we were participants, and therefore each and every single one of us should die, and that's okay. That's how they felt. The Democrats have become domestic terrorists against their own people who dare to speak a word against anything that they disagree with. You don't want men and women's sports? You're evil. You don't want illegal aliens to just stay in the country forever? Oh, you're some sort of authoritarian dictator fascist. These people are crazy, guys, and I am so freaking glad that people are finally waking up.
I decided to leave the Democratic Party, and yesterday I decided no more voting Democrat. It really sucks that it took this tragedy for me to get to this point, but because of this tragedy, I'm starting to see the Democrats' true colors, and I was already pretty over it. Their behavior is extremely immature, it's really hateful, and I just wasn't seeing how that was productive in any way. Change doesn't happen in an echo chamber, so I don't know how they expect anything to change if they're yelling and screaming at people, yet they're a party that wants all of this change. But if they can't communicate with anybody, then...
This is the reason why I left the Democratic Party. Number one, the party left its core values, which it used to be the working man party. But now we since then moved into identity politics, transgenderism, where we are just focused on sex all the time. We got away from everyday issues, and that's what the party was about.
In 2023, I started asking questions. Something just didn't feel right. I started asking questions. And I quickly realized that the Democratic Party is ran as a cult. You're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to even have an opinion outside the one everyone has. You have to walk in unison with everybody else, talk the same, walk the same, act the same.
I just came here to announce my official divorce from the Democratic Party. And you're talking to a guy who's been voted Democrat since I was 18 years old. Up until recently, I've been changing how I vote, but still carrying the label, you know. I'm the type of guy who doesn't jump ship. I try to be the voice of reason within the ship to try to steer it back to a true north. But this party has lost its way. The Democratic Party, let's be honest, has become demonic and barbaric. And I, as a Christian, can't be a part of that anymore.
It's just the Democrats make you feel like if you leave the party, then you're a bad person who doesn't support the LGBTQ community, who doesn't support BLM, who doesn't support legal immigrants. They make you feel like if you leave, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're a bigot. You can't question them on anything, or you're automatically all of those things. Leaving this party has been a great decision, and I'm so thankful for all of you for sticking by my side through this.
This person says, I'm leaving the Democratic Party as of today. Let's go Trump. Praise the Lord. I literally called this in my last video. I said it is going to take, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk's assassination for people to wake up from the Democratic Party. And if you read this comment section, it is full of Democrats saying the exact same thing, being lifelong Democrats, leaving the Democratic Party as of today. And this comment is not from a video that I posted. It's something entirely different. It's the House of Representatives on the House floor, and Anna Paulina Luna, she is U.S. Representative, Republican, and she was asking for a moment of prayer on behalf of Charlie Kirk's passing. And a Democrat, they yelled out, "No!" And they go back and forth. So then Anna Paulina Luna, she starts yelling out, "Y'all did this. Like, this is because of you guys." The violence that they incite, yeah, she called it out. Even Dean Withers, Parker, his best friend, so many people are stating the obvious. If you are rejoicing at someone's demise, literally them being unalived, you're the issue.
I just disagree. And it's like, oh, you're personally committing violence against me if you disagree. It's like, that's a cop-out. And I would notice certain things like that. I would notice that I was being intentionally angered every 4 years so that I would go out and vote. It would be a new token thing to get behind. Oh, if you don't vote this year, this thing is going to happen and everything's going to be taken away. But then the next year, none of those things would happen. So I was just being gaslit every single time. And it's crazy because I didn't recognize it, but as I started to just see it, I started to see how it's one thing to believe in something, it's another thing to tell somebody they're bad if they don't, especially if the view is wacky, crazy, and all the way out there.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it was to wake up this morning and hear from other Democrats and see on my post other Democrats who are just as furious and ready to friggin' jump ship as I am. I am not buying into what they're selling, because after what we saw yesterday, I'm actually glad that they pulled that yesterday, because people like me who have been disillusioned by the Democratic Party for a long time got to see an evilness there, got to see a diabolical side of the Democratic Party who's basically saying, we want you to fail. We don't care if you fail.
I'm so happy I left the left when I had the chance to. Last night I had a nightmare of me standing front row and experiencing yesterday's events. I know it doesn't match up to the real thing, but I still can't get that image out of my head. This is what the Democratic Party is, and this is what the liberals stand for. All Charlie Kirk did was hand people a microphone, and they handed him a bullet. It just proves his point that when they are losing, they result in violence. Democratic Party has become a terrorist organization, and they have become the thing that they were calling the Republican Party. They are the Nazis and they are the Hitlers. It was Hitler that resulted things in violence when he was losing against people.
And I can't support the barbarism and the divisiveness that they've been engaged in. I mean, we could run down the list, guys. As recently as yesterday, because of the rhetoric that the Democratic Party has been spewing for the last 10 years or so, has been so extreme and so just over the top. That rhetoric resulted in a man who was professing his love to Jesus to strangers and having open and civil dialogue, something we all should celebrate. I don't care whether you agree with his opinions or not. His opinions weren't coming from an evil place. He just wanted to talk. And he was assassinated for it. In front of his loved ones, in front of his family. And now 2 children don't have a father because a man just wanted to talk.
I'm not going to be afraid to voice my opinion anymore. I'm done. I am done. I am done. And you're not going to bully me off my own page by thinking logical thoughts. I'm not going to be gaslit by my own party. Not one day more.
Now today we have the death of Charlie Kirk, and we're gonna act like this isn't politically motivated. I think Obama tweeted something like, "Oh, we don't know why. We don't know why someone would shoot Charlie Kirk. We know why. We know why someone would shoot Charlie Kirk. The left does not like what he has to say." And if this isn't like a clear attack on your First and Second Amendment rights, I don't know what else is.
Because it was the Democratic Party that was mad when the Republicans freed their slaves. It was the Democratic Party that founded the KKK. It was the Democratic Party that has founded Planned Parenthood with the intent of ethnic cleansing. For those who don't know what that means, it's to reduce black population and prevent black people from getting pregnant. It was the Democratic Party that has gotten Abraham Lincoln assassinated. It was the Democratic Party that has assassinated Martin Luther King Jr. It was the Democratic Party that has assassinated one of their own, which is JFK. And it was the Democratic Party that has assassinated Charles Michael Kirk. The parties have never switched sides, they just went into hiding. Democratic Party.
I know right from wrong. I know good from evil. And I can't take it anymore. The Democrats have shown how purely evil they are. The Democratic politicians promote violence, promote hatred to anybody that has an opposite opinion. And it was clear today. Today was the last step. I will never vote Democratic again.
I will literally never vote Democrat again. You guys are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, and it's disgusting. And he was a man of God. He was a father. He was a husband. And if you can get killed for just simply disagreeing with somebody in this country, then I don't want to be a part of that side.
Going forward after today and seeing how liberals and leftists and Democrats are acting towards this, I am never voting Democrat again. Ever again. For the rest of my life, I will always vote Republican. I don't care. I grew up without a father. Charlie Kirk has 2 innocent children who will not remember him or have very vague memories of him. As somebody without a father, I can tell you for the rest of my life there will always be a hole in my heart the shape of my father. Now, my father left voluntarily. Charlie Kirk didn't. And those children will never get to meet their father. His daughter doesn't have a father to walk her down the aisle. And I can tell you right here, right now, that shit's not fun.
I am done. I am not going to vote Democrat anymore. I did leave the left because I was getting sick and tired of their behavior. But I was considering myself to be in the center. No. Whoever did this just fucked up.
There's a lot of black people here, which is great because, they're the main ones who Charlie Kirk was racist. These people are so stupid who can think that. I'm most of the people I know, including in real life, haven't even seen any Charlie Kirk videos. A lot of them hadn't even seen clips of Charlie Kirk, but they just believe the things they heard because they're race obsessed. They're race controlled. There's a reason why I call this channel Black Anomaly Rising, because as an anomalous person, I am not controlled by any time somebody says, oh, somebody's racist. I don't just, oh yeah, F that person. But that's how a lot of black people are. And it is astounding and incredible to see so many people say, you know what, celebrating a man's death is too far. The majority of black people in America are Christian people. I can't say everybody, but a lot of people are quite moral people who do not agree with this sort of behavior. To God be the glory, though, because so many people are waking up and they do not like this, and they are coming over, not necessarily, oh, I'm gonna become Republican, but at the very least, they're starting to look at their party different, like side-eyeing, like this isn't just a little too much, this is way too much for me. I never agreed to celebrate the deaths of my opponents. What if they start killing us too and celebrating our deaths and spitting on our graves? Nobody wants that, because inevitably, guys, while these people I showed at the beginning of the video are cowardly leaving these comments, majority of them don't even have their own face in the profile picture. Inevitably, that's what's going to happen if more people on the right start getting killed. If even a single person on the right gets killed, again, that's like a big prominent figure, oh man, it's going to be pandemonium, because at that point, people are just going to be like, all right, look, we even tried to forgive y'all for Kirk, but you do another one? Like if they did like a Matt Walsh or the Libs of TikTok or something, or President Trump, oh man, it would be pandemonium. It'll be people on the left dying, people on the right dying. Literal civil war would start in America. It would all be from the people who claim that one side is so evil and is so violent, and yet here they are celebrating violence that they claim to be so against. These people are nuts, guys. At the end of the day, Charlie's sacrifice is clearly not in vain already. To God be the glory. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
But I seriously have no other words for the left other than what the fuck is wrong with you? Literally, AOC could die tomorrow, and y'all know how much I don't like that woman. And I would still be upset for her family and conduct myself in a respectful manner, because I'm not an evil bitch. That's what you are. You are evil bitches. I'm sorry, but it's true. And I vow today, I will never vote for another fucking Democrat again.